I've never done one of these art product review things, but today I'm going to be showing how you can take your artwork to the next level. But more importantly, we're a new channel, so definitely like, subscribe, and do all that stuff to help a brother out. I regularly get asked as to what art products I use in my studio. And so today I'm going to go through 3 products that I use literally every single day and will also help take your artwork to the next level. Firstly, when prepping a canvas, I use this bad boy, Liquitex. Now, this is the perfect gesso that you can put down on a canvas to prep it. So in order to preserve the life of a painting, also protect the canvas, you should be prepping the canvas with a gesso, which gives it a nice coating. I personally love Liquitex because one, you can pick it up at Hobbycraft, and this is not actually an ad, but it is just one of the best brands because it's nice and thick. So when you apply it using a roller, I tend to use, you get a nice even coverage. And once you've put on 2 coats, you're good to go. However, the big daddy of paint supplies is a brand called Golden. Now, a lot of people would see this as probably the best acrylic paint you can get out there. For me, yes, the actual paints they produce are the best, but the gesso, the primer that they offer, is for me just a little bit too thin. So as you can see on that piece just over here, I've used gesso, but because I use a roller to actually roll it out and the paint's a little bit thinner, it's created little like bubbles on the painting, which isn't great. So I'm gonna have to go over it with Liquitex, but that is why I tend to prefer and lean toward Liquitex just because it's a little bit thicker. Secondly, and most importantly, is obviously paint. Now, for my acrylic paintings, I would always, again, use Liquitex just because you've got the most amount of pigment in that paint that you could possibly get. Or you can also use Golden, that is another great paint as well to use. The reason that you want to go for a paint that's got the highest possible pigment, i.e. Liquitex, is because when you go for a coverage on your artwork, you're going to get that pigment still stay in the paint. So when you're spreading it out, the paint almost won't go see-through. However, if you use a graduate paint, like, is it Peblu? I don't know how to say that. Peblu and Dowley and Rowley, or Dowler and Rowney. You can tell I'm dyslexic. Then with these graduate paints, there's not so much pigment in them, so you have to do a lot more coats to achieve the same effect as you would with like a Liquitex paint. You can kind of see what I mean here, which is when you're applying, say, a Liquitex, you can still see that the actual paint is still quite a nice, thick paint layer as you push it across this kind of white piece of paper. However, with the more graduate paint, you can see that it's got less pigment. So when you apply a layer, just like this, you can see that it goes a lot more see-through, which is not what you want when you're working on a piece and you have to work into it and work into it. You want just to be able to apply a nice coat of paint and it lasts. Finally, the pièce de résistance, the last bit of a painting, is obviously signing it. Now, I'm telling you, I have gone through so many different pens to actually achieve the look that I'm looking for. Some people like to just sign in paint, which again, obviously use whatever paint it is that you're using. But I personally use Posca pen. That is the best brand that I've found to use just because it's effectively paint in a pen form. So when you apply it, you're getting a nice thick, as you can see here, you're getting a nice thick coverage and you're also going to get a pen that lasts. However, when you're, say for example, signing a print or even on a canvas, if, like me, you're an idiot, and in the beginning you try to use a Sharpie pen, you will find that the pen won't fully drag on the actual canvas or piece of paper. So it will be quite difficult to actually apply the pen, and also it won't last as long. So they are some of my favorite art products and products that I use every day. And I'm telling you, if you use these day to day in your artwork, you're going to be taking your artwork to the next level. And I'll tell you what, this is a new channel and you know what to do. You need to go and like, subscribe, show a brother a little bit of love, and I will see you on the next one.